2 cents on taking rest and being very productive or a hard worker. Um, what I often hear is that uh, people work really hard, but then also feel very tired at some moment. So they go like this. Very energetic, very productive, very hardworking. You get a lot of stuff done, and that feels really, really good, right? Because then you have had a very productive day, and you'll be like, hey, if I can do this, then I can do it also another day and the next day and the next day. I can be always this productive because it is actually doable because I did it today. So that's what you start thinking then. So you expect yourself to be actually like this. But that doesn't really, that's not the reality, right? Because the next moment you go like this. You go down and you feel very tired and nothing comes out of your hands. And you feel very guilty about that because you have this as a reference point. And that is something that I would like to give you a little bit of a mindset advice in. Energy, motivation, productivity fluctuates. Not one day is actually the same. So it fluctuates naturally, and even when it fluctuates even more if you are more productive, if you have higher standards, like you're a hard worker or you're a perfectionist, then you peak higher, but you also have more severe downs, let's say. And those downs are you don't feel good about yourself when you're in that, but you need that recovery time so you can peak again at a later moment. So if you don't want this to be that extreme, then of course you can do it a bit like this. So you have higher peaks that represent less productivity in comparison to that top peak, but you also have less recovery time. So then it's more balanced how productive you are. And this helps with your own expectations about yourself and your productivity, but also towards others. For example, your supervisor, who knows like how productive you will be, give or take, so like medium. And whenever you're this productive and you fall flat and you might be ill or super tired or you won't finish something you actually promised because you would expect that you would work like this, which is not realistic, then it might also fail expectations of others, of your supervisor, but of course mostly your own expectations, which is the worst thing because that makes you feel guilty and feel bad about yourself. So my advice is always to be more like this and take rest whenever you incorporate rest. So you can peak a little bit at the times that it's needed. Whenever there's a deadline, you can peak because you have a baseline that's more balanced, but also take some rest and give into that more frequently or sooner than you might think, so that you can have a more balanced and more predictable amount or way of being productive. That's way more healthy than this ping-ponging, this yo-yoing, and this definitely is not realistic. So it's time to be more realistic, I think, and I think this will benefit your mental health as well, both your productivity and mental health even. So my advice would be do more like this. If you like this yo-yoing, completely fine. If you like it that way, just keep on doing it that way. But that means you have to accept that there are also very deep lows in your energy and productivity. If you don't want that, then more balanced would be the best way to go.